I'm going to show you now a few worked examples on sectional drawing. I've got this bracket here, it's a cast bracket. Got two pictorial views of the bracket, one from the back, one from the front. And I've got a front view and a plan which have been given for me. And I want a sectional view taken on the section line XX, which means that for the side view I need to split it in half, I need to cut it in half and show the view taken on these arrows. So it's as if I'm eliminating this half. Alright? So imagine a cutting plane, a cutting line taking across the middle of the shape like that, splitting it in half and seeing the detail inside. Right, so what I've done so far is I've taken projection lines from the details, because you're not given any dimensions, but you're given the front and the plan. So all you need to do is project each detail onto the front view, onto the side view from the front view, and project, sorry for that turbulence. And I've projected onto this 45-degree line, so I've chosen a distance between this point there, where the side view is going to start, where the plan is going to start, and taken a 45-degree line to project the details from here up to here. Now, first of all, I'm going to consider that the view, the side view, is an outside view. It hasn't been sectioned, so the outline is not going to change. It's going to be exactly the same. Between a sectional and a front view, won't have much difference. So what I'm going to do is imagine that it's an outside view. So look at the base. I've got that detail there. It's that line. Detail. Up to there. Detail at the top. I need this view taken from there, and the inner part taken from there. That's the base part. I need to rub that off because I've darkened by mistake the wrong line, because this part is a bit higher than the front part. So that's a profile of the base part. I've got this web going up to the midpoint of the cylinder. The cylinder reaches from that line to the front line there. And then I've got this web, this piece of reinforcement joining the bottom part of the cylinder to there. So that would be the profile, the outline of the shape. You still have this web visible going from there to there, and the bottom part of the cylinder here. That would be the outside view, apart from any hidden detail. Now, what will change once I split it in half? Alright, you're going to see the inner parts. You're going to see this through hole here, and you can see that there's a countersunk bore, which means part of the through hole, a hole going right through, has a hole which is larger in diameter. so the head of the bolt could fit in there, or a washer or a bearing or whatever. So you've got, and that's very visible also in the plan. Right, you've got the through hole. The first part of the through hole is a bit thicker than the rest of the through hole. So the detail you have here should be also visible in the side view. And once I split it, that hidden detail is no longer hidden, but you can see it. So what I'm going to do is just going to repeat the same detail I've got here, but horizontally here, and not making hints. If this was an outside view, that detail would be hidden, but it's no longer hidden. I'm going to darken that part. The part is no longer there because I've removed this part. This web has been removed for the sectional view. Now the remaining part, the remaining thing for this, to show that it's a sectional view, I need to add hatching lines. Hatching lines to show that's a sectional view. So imagine that I've cut it off with a saw or with a power saw. It's going to leave marks everywhere I cut, except for where I find holes or gaps, or where it's already space, like in this through hole here. So using a 45-degree angle, I'm going to draw hatching lines a bit lighter than the outline in 2H. I'm going to draw these hatching lines. So the first side of this drawing will give me, or whoever sees it, that it is a section view. So these are all the parts that have been split in half. Now I'm leaving part of it not hatched, and I'll explain why. Alright, so that's your final section view. Now I should remove also this line here, this horizontal line there. So once you've cut, that face is all one plane. There's no edges. I've left this part without hatching because I've gone through that web, or through the midpoint of that web. Now when you go through webs, you leave them unhatched. So it gives you an indication that that is a web. If this total area will be hatched, you'll think that this is total solid from here to here. But it's not, it's just a web in the middle. That's your final answer, the section line. I'm not going to include a hidden detail of these holes, because one of them has been removed, the other one is on the other side. But if you require hidden detail, you'll have one there and one there. The cutting plane has gone through this hole, so I've shown it. It hasn't gone through this hole, so I didn't leave part of it there. This view now is called section XX, to give you an indication of where it has been cut. Thank you for following.